Hello everyone, I'm Jesus and welcome to the next episode of The Road to Old School MTG. In this episode, I have a big opening to do in terms of a lot of cards I've recently purchased. I've purchased some expensive cards, mainly revised, additional revised duel links. And these cards are towards me being able to change my current Armageddon deck, old school Armageddon deck, into either a budget version, change it to Bantamgeddon, and change it to Arnam on Ice, right? So those are the different variations of the Armageddon deck that I want to be able to change depending on what format I'm playing in, or just which format I just feel like playing. And in addition, also some of these cards will be just generic cards that I think are good to have, even if they don't necessarily fit the Armageddon deck or any of the other decks that I'm planning to. I do want to build a blue aggro deck, right? So some of these cards may be towards that, which also those cards will be useful for the Bantamgeddon, right? Bantamgeddon is just adding blue to add more quick creatures. So some of these cards are just good cards that I think is good to have in case, let's say, one day I want to build a different deck, or just an extra one right on the side. I want to a lot of these cards I think are very useful for many different builds, and I want to already have them, right? So that way I don't have to get them later when I'm pretty sure, in one way or another, they're going to get used eventually, okay? Plus, some of these cards will be towards my sideboard as well, for my Armageddon deck, in whatever version I want it to do. It's just going to give me flexibility, right? So like I said, of course, sideboards are 15 cards, but I want to have a bigger pool than that from which to draw. And then depending on which variation of the Armageddon deck I'm doing, I may want to put different cards in the sideboard, right? So it just gives me more options and so forth. All right, so let's jump into this quickly because I predict this will be a very long video. So let's just jump into it. All these cards are from either eBay or TCG Player. I'm really liking TCG Player more and more the more I'm using it. So I'm going to be going back and forth between the two, like I usually do. I'm going to show you the listing of where I purchased the card from, compared the listing info, listing picture to what I got, just to give you guys a full scope of the buying process. And also, since I'm getting a few more expensive cards here, the revised dual lens, which is towards the Bantamgeddon version, especially. Since I had that previous bad experience by getting a counterfeit Max Jet, collector's edition Max Jet, especially for those when I open up those expensive cards at the end of the video, I want to have this documented in a video. So I'm thinking that's a good idea to do, right? So anybody who's into old school, right, or just Magic in general, you buy something that's very expensive, you never know when you might get a counterfeit card, right? It happened to me. And you want to have some kind of security to dispute your case, right? So just he said, she said type of thing is going to be hard to prove. It might not go in your favor. So with that previous experience, this, I think, in addition, is helpful because I know I'm going to have this documented. So in general, I try to like hide the info of the seller and so forth, right? But I can only do that so much, given that prior experience that I had, right? So I'll hide, just cover things up with my hand here and there, right? But I still want it to be known. Okay, I got this from this particular seller, right? So I just to cover my bases. All right, so let's jump into it. Like I said, I want to cover things up here and there as much as I can, right? Just to avoid any issues. But on the big ticket cards, that's when I'm going to be forced to show a little bit more info, but I'm still going to cover things up as best as I can while still making it obvious who I got it from. Okay. And I have the camera option that I'm going to do will be top down. This is I have a slightly different setup than I have previously shown before. I have a microphone boom stand, and that gives me a more 90-degree angle to put the camera on. So now it's a straight, flat image, as opposed to before where it was still a little angled. So I think this is going to be better. Let me show it real quick. Right, so straight down, right? Still got to play with the orientation here and there, right? But it's right for this. This is fine, right? And this is the better of the two camera of the three cameras that I have. The one that's facing down, right? So that the image is as clear as possible. So hopefully that helps with being able to, as I open up the packages, giving a nice close-up image. I do have an additional one here, which I forgot to turn on actually. So just different options in case I need one or the other. Okay, so let's start opening some of these. So I'm going to open the ones that I do know, at least, you know, according to what I see, and it has some kind of information. I can tell what it is, right? So this should be 4 lightning bolts. So lightning bolts don't fit any of the decks I want to do, but that's a magic staple, right? So I think it's good to have. So this should be 4, and this is from TCG Player. I'm hearing a bell ring. Give me a second here. This might be important. Okay, I'm back. A little winded, because I still have a couple of cards as big of a load here that I have of opening cards, like close to 30. There's like 2 or 3 that still were to come that I still don't believe I've received. One which is revised dual land. So I was just double checking in case that it was Amazon. All right, so I'm over here. The cards are there, the receipt. So came in a top loader, the usual. Maybe I should open it up also. We'll see. Especially with this load here, it's kind of hard to manage. Maybe I should take some of these out. So 4 revised lightning bolts, and they didn't put it inside the top loader because it's 4 would be a tight fit. I don't even think you could fit 4. So they just put it in a penny sleeve, all 4 in there, and then just put the top loader behind it. Unfortunately, I didn't notice that, and I kind of made a dent on the top here because I wanted to take the tape up. But thankfully it doesn't seem to have scratched up the surface. Now it's fine. But still, it's, you know, like, it's hard to tell sometimes. So not a fan of that. But here, for lightning bolts, so yeah, still the image is not the best. I mean, it's still good for this, but I might still need my additional cameras. Let me see if I can set that up real quick. But at least looking through these. So I believe I got these near mint. Yep, they look pretty near mint on both sides here. Yeah, looks pretty good. I think it's fine, but I just want to have a bit better image quality. Okay, so let me see if this one works. All right, so this is definitely still the best bet. So look pretty clean. So definitely near mint as advertised. All right, so as I said, that was TCG players. So let me see. All right, lightning bolt, $2.90 each, so $3. I bought 4 of them. Let's see, condition near mint, right? So I didn't have a TCG player account before. I was just buying things as guests, right? But now I've took the time to make an account, and actually it's better now because everything is nicely the history of the purchases are, you know, all listed nicely, the price, the condition that I bought it for, right? So it's pretty handy, right? So I do advise anybody that's thinking of doing multiple purchases on TCG player, just take that extra step to get an account, and you do earn points towards cards also. All right, so yeah, I think that's fine for $3 each, basically, for revised near mint lightning bolts. All right, so this one over here should be a blue play set of blue elemental blast. So this one is, so here I'm feeling out where there's no card because they taped up the full sides of the envelope. So nice. It comes with they add a little extra protection. Here, gotta be careful. Although this is cheap cards. So Blue Elemental Blast is a good card for the sideboard. Anti-red. Of the for my Armageddon deck, but it's also just a good magic staple to have, right? So anything that I have blue, it will come in handy. All right, so I think that got packaged nicely. No top loader though. But it came with the cardboard, so I think that still works out the same. I like the back of this one. All right, so oh yeah, this one was 5. Ooh, he gave me 4 revised and 1 4th edition. Okay, well, I thought I was getting 5 revised, but I don't need 5, so I don't care. I just care about the 4 revised ones. They were supposed to be near mint. One of the revised is obviously not near mint. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe let me quickly check on how the Blue Elemental Blasts were written as. But okay, now that I see it, it's such a cheap card. I wouldn't complain about that tiny detail. All right, so $3 for 5. Oh, my mistake. He did revised and 4th edition. I just noticed the revised ones. But yep, he did this one as 4th edition, which is I think the one in the back. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, actually, yeah. Yep, in the top left corner was the 4th edition one, but the other ones were revised. Guess they didn't list. Okay, they didn't list any condition. So I guess that's fine. So $3 for 5, but I only want the revised ones. And for that, this worked out fine. This is the one that's a little bit beat up. And this is the 4th edition one. I did have a couple of these, but not enough for a playset, so I just might as well decided to buy another playset. All right, so that was fine. It was actually listed. The seller never posted any condition information. It just said it was used. So, you know, when that happens, you just have to double check on the pictures. All right, this one should be a Greater Realm of Preservation from TCG Player. So the receipt and the card is attached. So $8.50, near mint, Greater Realm of Preservation. 1 card only. So in a top loader, inside a penny sleeve, Yeah, looks near mint. So I already have one, but I did want to get the additional one because it's a good sideboard card, and there's not much point in just having one of these, not usually, right? Just to make sure you get it, and because you need it, right, against whatever deck you're playing. Right? It's just good to have more than just the one, at least usually, right? So absolutely near mint. Let me show the listing of that one. Thought that was eBay, but seems like it's TCG Player. All right, there it is. Realm of Preservation, 850. Uncommon from Legends, near mint. So for 850, that's what I got it for. Unfortunately, this doesn't list the sales tax or any shipping fees. I'm not sure, I don't think it does, right? So there's a couple extra dollars you would need to add for, just, but at least you get the price of what I paid for the actual card itself, right? So very nice. Now I have two of these. These are good for sideboard, as I said. All right, so this one should be a Felwar Stone from Antiquities. So this one definitely, it's not very expensive, but it's an old card, nice card. I got it, I believe, slightly used, right? So I didn't get a near mint or anything. So this one, I kind of want to build like a fun Winter Orb deck. So I do have another one that has a fourth Winter Orb, only have three. And then I might need some artifacts for that. And just in general, I just wanted to finish off the playset of Winter Orbs. I only have three of them. And I figured the fourth one, I should just get it in the dark. I just splurge a little bit, right? Because it's not so much. So on TCG Player, $10.50 is what I paid for this card. Got a Pokemon card sleeve. So the tape is very, very, right? Then I don't like that. I have to kind of like dig into it and then kind of bend it enough, so much that I kind of have to bend the card as well. Hopefully that did something there. I think it did. All right. And so top loader, card sleeve, and then the card is inside. Just from here looks really nice. So maybe I did get a near mint. I don't know, I gotta look. Like I said, I got so many things. I tempted to forget those finer details. Felwar Stone. So yeah, I think it looks near mint. Right, so I had three of these. So this is just to complete the playset and to give me options because Felwar Stones is a staple in old school. All right, so let me find the Felwar Stone here. So I was right. It was listed as lightly played, but honestly, it looks near mint to me. So if I were stone, $10.50, lightly played, right? So this is in that ballpark of lightly played to near mint from the dark. So pretty good deal. I think I got what I paid. That was from TCU Player. Okay, so this is from eBay. This should be Argothian Pixies. So let me change camera view. So these were cheap. I think Chronicles. Most of these were cheap cards, right? Kind of lightning bolt, I guess $3 each. Not the cheapest, but still pretty cheap. And same thing, Blue Elemental Black. So most of these are just cheap cards, but cheap staples, right? That are good to have. So this one, top loader, this seller did just stuff 4 in here. And then no penny sleeve, so it's a little hard to take out. All right, here it is. Gonna have a little warp to them. All right, so they're cheap, so I don't care too much, but oh, definitely have a warp. See? Yeah, right here, the edges, they're tilting up the whole thing. So I don't know if it was from stuffing it in there, and then who knows? But it's not a big deal, right? If these were more expensive, then yeah, it'd be a big deal. All right, so I think, yeah, the condition is near mint. Unfortunately, for the placement of the cards or something, right? Just they're little. And there you can kind of see it right there. It is. It's a little warped, but over time, see there, you see how much is opening up. But these are cheap enough that I don't care so much. And they are near mint, right? So I think just from when I put them in the sleeves and then just have them stored up with the rest of my cards, which is already pretty tight in the box, they should little by little kind of strain up. So this is the box where I'm keeping all my cards. It's already pretty tight. I have many of these actually, so I'm definitely gonna need to open up the next one. But considering it's pretty tight, that's where I'm gonna put these in, just so that they kind of strain out of it. But I think it's fine. Plus, I remember I got them cheap. So let me go to eBay. Right, there it is. Actually, they do appear. Now that I see it on the picture, they do appear curled from. Yeah, you see kind of like, right? So they're all lifting up, right? The top left corner, or just the left side in general, is flatter. And then on all 4, the right side is tilting up, right? You can see the shadow. So I didn't think of anything of it, but actually that's indicated that these were warped. So, and that's what I got, but say mint. Can something be mint but still be warped? I mean, the condition of the card itself is mint, near mint. But I think you got to lose some, you have to consider, if it's warped or not, right? So I don't think you can consider these mint, just from the pretty noticeable warping on it, right? So not super warped, right? Like kind of like the new foiled magic cards that look like Pringles practically, but very noticeably warped. As soon as I took them out, I noticed. But it was $4 for $2 and then $1 shipping, so or for 3. So, and these are good. It could be definitely good either for for a budget Armageddon deck, or just any kind of deck that I do want to make a like I was saying, a Winter Orb type of deck, and I envision it using cheap green creatures. So this one's going to be useful for multiple things. It's good for sideboard, for Armageddon decks. I've seen them in sideboards. Good for budget version of Armageddon decks, right? Also same thing, either in the sideboard or even main deck. And just a good green card in general, right? So it's good to have these. Okay, so same thing as those, the same idea. These should be 4 Scavenger Folk. So another Magic old school staple, green staple. So the receipt and the card inside. It's just taped up in the top loader. The receipt I'm going to take to the side. So near mint is how they were listed as. So I like this way. They taped the top and the bottom onto the page itself. So that way it's not taped close on or around the top loader. So then I can easily take these out. So I like that idea. I think that's better. But I think you should still have a penny sleeve inside. You see, still kind of hard to take out. But since they're fitting 4 of them, maybe 4, maybe the penny sleeve in addition would have been just too much by that point. But they do look near mint. Back, yeah, they look great. So from Chronicles. So 1/1 creature, sacrifice it to destroy a target artifact, right? But you got to tap it. So these are same thing, either good for Armageddon decks, many different versions. Good for a sideboard. Some people even play some in main deck, right? Especially if it's a budget version, right? So these are good for that. And this is just good for this is just a good green card in general, right? So for me, I envision it either as a sideboard card or in a green weenie deck type of thing. So seems fine. So let me go to the listing of this. So $175 plus $1 shipping, so less than $3 near mint. That is as advertised. So very accurate. All right. And most of these are like this, just a couple dollars. But there are some that are more expensive. And at the end, I'll pick the most expensive ones, which are the revised dual lands that I bought. All right, so eBay. Oh, Pendlehaven. So this is kind of it's working with the Scavenger Folk with the actually only Scavenger Folk. I already have one Pendlehaven from Legends. I didn't know they came in. There was a legal reprint for old school, right? With the old school rules, same art, same frame, all those things. I forgot to change my camera here. It's already cut the side. But this is a time shifted Pendlehaven. So it was like $5, I believe. As opposed to over $30 for the Legends one. But I don't regret buying the Legends one. It's cool. But I wanted one more. It's kind of not a good idea to have 4 of them because they are legendary. So you can only have one in play at a time. All right, so nice little doggy sticker there to cover up the receipt, which I'll take to the side here. Here is, yep, 450 time shifted, shipping 150. And that was just an envelope, so. But maybe they include, just the price of the materials needed, right? Like the top loader, things like that. Oh no, this one had the tab. Okay, you see, that's a good idea. Have a little tab on it on the edge, so you can just pull it out, and then you avoid all those issues. And then they left their business card with a little doggy picture, which I am very partial to. I have 3 dogs myself. Kind of looks like my dog. So I like that little touch. All right, nice. Pendle Haven, I already see a couple little nicks. I don't know if I got this in near mint or not, but it's off the bat, it's already not near mint. So let's see what it is that I got. Pendle Haven, where is it? Okay, so it doesn't say anything on the listings that I'm noticing. Oh no, yeah, they did write near mint. Ooh, no, that's a little unfortunate. All right, first of all, let me put my other camera. Well, you can already see right up top, little nick right there, and then nick right there. And nothing big, right? So the card, if it wasn't for that, the card would be near mint. Right, so, but I think that falls, what do you guys think? Does that fall into lightly play now? Because of the, it's pretty noticeable, right? So it's not like barely. The one on the side is maybe barely. The one up top is way more noticeable. But those are the only 2 imperfections. Other than that, the card is clean. No, I don't see any scratches on it from tilting it. So, plus it's so cheap. I don't mind that it's maybe not 100% accurate in the description. All right, so let's share the listing. So 450, like I said, so cheap, 150 shipping. Near mint, I don't think, and then I thought this was an actual picture of the card itself, so then this is just a stock image. Well, I guess I should have known. It doesn't have any background, right? But I know sometimes people edit out like the background just to focus on the card itself. So I thought this might have been the actual card itself, but it seems like a stock image, right? It's obviously not this, because this one has a couple nicks. But I'm not gonna complain so much. Like it's okay, right? And other than those 2 little nicks, the card is in excellent shape. So so that's a second Pendle Haven. So time shifted, like I said, that'll go with my other one from Legends, and I wanted to include that for the Winter Orb deck that I have, or even the Armageddon deck. Like it kind of like, if for the budget version, I would swap out the Birds of Paradise, swap in Land of War Elves, and then that would be a good card to swap in. Also, put in the Pendle Havens, because now I have more 1/1 targets, right? So that fits in either the budget Armageddon deck, or if it's in any kind of green weenie deck that has, or just weenie deck that has 1/1s in it. So that's fine. Okay, so this should be an Armageddon. I have 3 previously, and I needed, this is just more just to my OCD to complete the play set. So I believe this is from TCG Player. So I always feel out where the actual card is before I make any cuts. But in general, I try not to cut, but there's so many of these in this video. Just wanted to make it easy. So wrapped around the receipt. Here it is. Okay. And there is a little story with this particular sale. So here it is. Looks nice. Ooh, I like the card sleeve there that it came with. So, and this is a thing I like about TCG Player over. I'm liking this more and more over eBay. And the Card Kingdom one, that was just, I just made only like just 2 or 3 purchases on that, maybe just 1 or 2. It's just not as, TCG Player seems to be way more a better marketplace, even better than eBay. Card Kingdom may be better for if you want to buy more current, right, standard singles, or just, you know, newer sets and things like that. So this card was sold to me for $10 initially, but then the seller contacted me, gave me $5 back, saying that as they were shipping it, they noticed they marked the condition wrong. They noticed that this is not, just moving some cards here on the side, some junk. That this card was not in the condition that it was advertised at. I believe it was near mint. And then they gave me back without me asking. I just opened it right now. And I believe they asked if I even wanted to go through with the sale, and then I said, okay, that's fine. So they kind of let me know beforehand, which is nice, right? So they actually contacted me, right? As opposed to just sending me, you know, they kind of, right? They had a conversation with me basically. So yeah, I mean, yeah, this is played. So let me show it. The front looks decent, like my other ones, right? Because I didn't get near mint ones for the other ones either, right? So, but that's kind of why I wanted a near mint one for this one, right? Because just at least one that was solid. I think maybe one of them might be near mint. I don't know, but yeah, this definitely played, right? So, you know, it just has weathering. I'm honestly, I may not have bought this had I seen the condition. Only because like just a couple dollars more and I could have gotten a better condition. But nonetheless, I think this is $5 though. So I think they were being accurate in the amount that they gave me back. So this happened also with another TCG Player seller, where they sold me a Preacher card. That one was like a over $50 card. And they said, oh, you asked for like lightly played, and then, you know, this is played or something. So we gave you like $3 and change back. But I have bought 2 of them. One of them was in lightly played, and one of them was in the condition that was not lightly played. And I felt $3.50 was not nearly enough to compensate for the condition difference. But I don't care so much that I was gonna return them or anything, right? I still got the card, right? And honestly, those cards, even in play condition, they sold for the price that he gave it to me, right? So, you know, but going off this price from their lightly played to that one, I think it was, you know, not enough of a discount. This one just gave me 50% off, which I think is the correct price for this card in this condition. So I'm still gonna take it. It's fine. I just wanted an extra Armageddon just to complete the play set. That just, you know, gives me more options. Maybe I want to do a deck with 4 of them one time. And as I said, for my OCD. Okay, so TCG Player, this is from Direct, right? So I'm not sure how that one works. I think it's like it's still from individual sellers, right? Stores, but I guess they're directly affiliated with. Oops, they're directly affiliated with TCG Player. So right, because they actually got the TCG Player. Oops, I should have seen. I'm trying to hide there's barely any info. Right? So I'm not too sure how that works. All right, so recall, I believe. Yep, that's what I think it is. Some of these don't have that much info. Oh yeah, when it's, I like that they include this gigantic thing, like license plate thing. So, you know, it's nice to, they want the extra step. Like this though, on the way out, it gets caught. So I'm like, turning it all around this time. Oh yeah, I remember that too. It was just super hard to get up. I'm not even gonna try, I'm gonna cut it off right from the start. And so the receipt, ooh, yep, recall Chronicles. And so then tape behind it for recalls. Then it's taped to the back. That. So this are kind of cardboardy, so little extra more protection, but it only comes in a penny sleeve. But I guess it's fine for cheap cards. So yeah, look, they look near mint, maybe, yeah, more like late play. Chronicles. So this one is just a good Magic staple. And I believe either Eternal Central or Atlantic, one of these restricts recall, right? So depending on, I got to be careful which format I play these in, because in one of them it's illegal, they're banned. And oh, my mistake. In one of them they're restricted, not banned, restricted. But then in the other format, it's you can have 4 copies, which is why I got 4 of these. Initially, I was just gonna get 1, but since I noticed that difference, that depending on which one I play, I could go either way. So, and they were so cheap anyway. I figured, let me just get 4 of these. All right, so let me, oh yeah, those, they were listed as near mint. These are not near mint. But I mean, they're nice, like play, definitely. So, but they're so cheap, 32 cents each. I am not going to complain about that it's not near mint, right? But it's not. But you know, I'm not gonna officially complain. Let me say that, right? I'm just gonna complain over on this video, right? But nothing more than that. And it's honestly a minor complaint. I still got 4 of them. All right. So yeah, but they're not near mint. They seem, maybe 1 or 2 might be near mint. The other 2 are light played, but plain fine enough, right? So like I said, these are good staples. I do see that me using them in kind of like some of the builds that I might be thinking about. I've always loved the Turbo Stasis deck, right? So I played against it one time and I got wrecked, like in the 90s. And since that time, I actually tried to buy the cards to make one, right? Because I was so impressed with the deck, but I never ended up finishing. Right, I barely even started, honestly. Right back then, it's harder to to purchase cards, right? Unless you're close by or know a store that sells singles, and you couldn't find that information online. Like, oh, okay, at least I know I can go here to get them, right? It's just, just a different time. So made in that kind of a deck. So who knows? But it's just a Magic staple, blue staple, and it's so cheap, might as well. So here's my other TCG Direct. This one is a lot nicer packaged. I figure it's a better, more nicer card in here, more expensive. We'll see. It's a bubble mailer. So I'm filling it out. So since it's potentially more expensive, I'm just being extra careful here. So yep, bubble mailer. Receipt just flopped out. The card is still inside. Ooh, okay. So I think this was actually not so much. All right, so bubble mailer there. And then this must have been inside that. Oh yeah, so here I bought 4, 12, 15 cards. That's why I actually came in with this. 3 relic barriers, 4 hurricane, 4 James Day Tome, 4 juggernaut. Let's see. So the relic barrier is in legends. I think they only come in legends. And I got 3 of those because I already had 1. And then the other are all revised. So I've been reading that, a lot of people kind of like frown upon revised because even unlimited, right? Because it's like, if you can get a black bordered version of a card, that's what you should go for. Me personally, I never, ever, ever opened up alpha or beta. The first Magic pack I ever opened up was revised. Yeah, actually, even unlimited. Maybe I did and I didn't even know, but actually I believe it said unlimited on the thing, right? So I don't believe I did. The first Magic card pack I ever bought is in revised. So for me, honestly, I don't frown upon it at all. In fact, I'm perfectly fine with it. To me, that's nostalgic to me, having revised cards. All right, so 3 relic barriers, 1, 2, 3. 4 hurricanes, 1, 2, 3, 4, all revised. 4 James Day Tomes. I had made 1 or 2 of these already. 3, 4, but the condition weren't so great. And they're so cheap anyway, might as well. And then never had juggernauts though. 1, 2, 3, 4 juggernauts. All right, so let's go through these more clear, in more detail. So 2 colorless, relic barriers, tap, target artifact. And they never got reprinted from what I believe, right? So you can only get them in legends. I bought 1 as a sideboard for my Armageddon deck because I seen them in sideboards, right? So kind of like against anti artifact. But then I figured, might as well get, kind of like the Greater Realm of Preservation. There's not much point having just 1. If I really want to add them, in my sideboard, might as well get a few more. But actually, this is the other card I want for my Winter Orb deck, Green Winnie Winter Orb deck. I thought about having 4 of these. I can tap the Winter Orb up at the end of opponent's turn. They untap during my turn. So it's I kind of wanted them for that other deck, right? So that other deck is a Timmy deck. It's a fun deck. I haven't made it yet, but that's why I wanted 4 of these, or else I would have maybe just gotten 1 more. But I wanted to try that out. All right, so here we got 4 hurricane. So it does X damage to all players and all flyers. Revised. So I believe all the revised ones, I believe, were listed as near mint. These do look very nice. Sorry about me tilting the camera here and there. Just like, as I've explained, this camera is in a slight tilt for my job. Oh, what's up? Why is it not? Okay. So it's and plus it's I have to click on the mirror image. I believe that like just flips everything around, or else you would be reading everything backwards. So that just disorients me. Then I don't know which way to go. I move it to the left and actually goes to the right on the image. So it just throws me off. So the James tomes are, I have seen them actually in Armageddon decks. I believe maybe like Bantamgeddon more than anything. So I wanted to get 4 first of all because they're so cheap. Might as well just get 4 of them, and they are an iconic old school card. I am playing around with the idea of doing the deck. I need a whole lot more cards for that, but actually that's kind of why I wanted also to. I'm gonna get the revised lands that I bought may work a little bit for that one. Maybe I gotta double check, but I'm kind of playing around with the idea of creating the deck. That's a long-term project, but at least it's kind of like that kind of gets the ball rolling, and I don't have to invest so much initially. So for Juggernauts Revised, also another Magic old school staple. So I'm playing green, right? So this one, I don't necessarily need these for my Armageddon deck. I have seen them though. But it may work for other decks. And these, I believe, actually, I don't know if these were so cheap than compared to other ones. But it's like I said, this is maybe more for me as just to have the option, even if I may not. I don't necessarily have any plans for this particular card at the moment. But it's as I was saying, I did want to start getting just stuff that I don't necessarily want now, but I may see myself needing. Right. So just a lot of these staples are used in many kinds of decks, right? So plus they tended to be cheap, so I figure why not. All right, so here is the listing. So Hurricanes 30 cents each, James Tomes 259 cents each. I got 4 of them. Hurricanes I got 4. Juggernauts were $1 each. I got 4. Actually, Juggernauts on eBay they tended to be very expensive, and they went to TCG Player and they're like near mint $1. So that's why the more I'm educating myself, the more I'm just comparing eBay to TCG Player. TCG Players like beating it out way more than I had originally thought it would. Now to the point where I'm actually preferring TCG Player to eBay. And then the 3 relics, it says near mints. Yeah, they look near mint to me. Maybe on the slight plate side, but close enough. So I think, and they were $12 each, right? So that's the one that I spent a bit more on. But very nice purchase. So I had 3 of 1 relic berry before, and I have the full playset for that. I might open this up a little later. This is more expensive. I'll open that one up. So some of these, I don't know what's in them. Just being able to look at the card, it just didn't have enough information outside. It didn't include the business name of the seller. So I don't know, and then on TCG player, I can click on the seller's info and then see, their actual address, right? It just says from what state, but sometimes I get multiple things from the same state, right? So just some of these cards, I'm getting to those where I don't know what it is. So over here, NASP, I believe it's pronounced. So this is a cheap card here. Let me open this up. And I believe this is TCG player. And so the seller has their own envelope. That's cool. So I'm filling the top loader there. I got 4 of these. So this is for, once again, that green weenie winter orb deck that I kind of have my eye on. This is a 1/1 card. But I believe I was watching one video. I don't know whose video, maybe Edwin, the Magic Engineers video or something like that. But I kind of got sold on the idea of this card, including this card, as a nice aggressive 1/1 creature, which will work nicely with the Pendlehaven. So it came in a little cardboard, and then they have their own thing here. That's cool. And then here they are. Chronicles, or actually has no sign here. Chronicles, I believe, had the sign, right? So this may be 4th edition, maybe. Well, when I look at the listings, I'll know more. Renaissance, I believe, maybe. I'm not too sure even about what's the difference between Renaissance and Chronicles. Chronicles is, I can tell right away. I'm not sure what Renaissance is. Too much at the moment. All right, so 4 of them. Let me show the close-up image. So 1 green for a 1/1. If NASP damages a player, it also deals 1 damage to that player during his or her next draw phase. Before then, the player may pay 1 to prevent this damage, right? So it can potentially deal 2 damage as a 1/1. Plus, the fact that it's a 1/1 makes it a target for the Pendlehaven, right? So this is actually a nice aggro creature. If they pay it, then they've just used up 1. They got 1 less mana available to them during their turn. If not, then this just costs that 1 little bit of extra damage that may make the difference in winning the game, right? So, so this is another card that I was adding for that potential Winter Orb green weenie deck. So they seem fine here. So let me find that. Okay, here it is. So 10 cents each, and then 78 cents for shipping. So the shipping costs more than the cards. But near mint, 4th edition. Yep. So 4th edition. All right. So, right. And then considering, the seller had their own envelope, it came in, had their own card, promotional card thingy. So considering how cheap it is, kind of like nice that the seller's so professional, they added those additional things, right? That little extra touch. All right, so for these, so actually I was going to open up these up top. Okay, so here, from 2 different sellers, because I couldn't get 4 of these in one shot. but these, I believe all of these sellers are from TCG Play. So avoid fate cards. And these are time shift. I believe they're from Legends, maybe, originally. But yeah, I couldn't pull the trigger on something more expensive. Considering these are actually more for that fun winter Green Weenie Winter Orb deck I kind of want to build. So it's like so deep inside here. Maybe tape to this side, I don't know. Ooh. Ooh, I was wrong. I did get them in Legends. Maybe, yeah, maybe. As I said, I forget. First of all, I'm very forgetful in general, right? Not just for this, but just in general. So I may forget these details. Okay, so this is definitely a nice card. I do not want to mess it up as I take it out of no tab. There it is. So 2 avoid fate cards. Should be 2. Only 1. Okay. Well, maybe I'm mistaken. Let's see. Let me double check on that. Yep. So I see the seller here. Let me double check on where I got that from. So Legends looks nice. Near mints. Light plate actually. It has a little nick there. But still, isn't that near mint light plate? Ballpark. Yep, this is wrong. So let me share screen. So the seller, 1 pass is the one I opened it up from right now. I guess I have to show the envelope now, where I opened this up from. Right, so remember I had to tear it up. You guys saw me open just 1 out. 1 pass. I did buy them from Legends quantity 2. Unless they're stuck together, I just got 1. Right, so this is a mistake. I will be contacting this seller that they only sent me 1. And good thing I have this little video proof to confirm this. One pass, 1 avoid fate. All right, so that's disappointing. But could have just been a mistake, right? So as long as the seller doesn't give me any issues, like they remember, oh, actually, yeah, I remember I just put 1 and it should have been 2. Hopefully nobody else was buying any avoid fates at the same time I bought this. And like the seller kind of like remembers, oh yeah, I just put 1 and it says 2. Right, so actually it says near mint. I would say this is light play. But I'm not gonna complain about the condition. It's in that ballpark near mint light play. Right here in this has a little bit of a, I don't know if we can show. Yeah, right. So yeah, there it is. Right? It's kind of like a lift. Right? It's just a little crinkled there. That's pretty common, right? So it may have come out straight from the pack like that, honestly. All right, so the card is fine. The issue is I was supposed to get 2 of them, and I only got 1. But good thing, once again, good thing I kind of have this video. I mean, this card is, you know, like just $7. So I'm kind of doing the video thing more for more higher end stuff, but hey, sometimes I might need it for something even cheaper. All right, so next one, this should also be 2 other avoid fates because I wanted 4 of these. So avoid fates, instant, well, interrupt, right? Back then, but it's an instant counter target instant or enchantment. You can only target, you can only save 1 of your own permanents, right? So one of the few cases where blue can counter a spell, and it's 1 green only, right? So I figured this would be a nice one for that. Once again, that winter orb deck that I want to build, which is going to be a green weenie. So this could be nice to protect the winter orb itself, protect the relic barriers, or protect the creatures that the weenie creatures that I have, right? Because it's just 1 green. Usually I might have just 1 green open. So it seems like a cool card for that particular deck. All right, so this one, let me Empire. So now I'm paranoid. Empire card games. I feel that. So this would be 2 more. Let's see if this seller paid attention to the quantities. Imagine this one gave me 1 extra by mistake. So in a no receipt, it came in a, but no receipt needed. In a penny sleeve, it has kind of tape on the side here. Ooh, so they add a little tab on it. Perfect. And I think I do see kind of 2 of them. So at least I won't have that problem here. So Empire card games for that one. So in a top loader, in a perfect fit sleeve. That's a nice touch. So it's not rattling around or anything. From the top. Yep, definitely 2 avoid fates. Whenever I get a perfect fit sleeve, I keep it. The penny sleeves I throw out. Even the top loaders I throw out. Because I have them. Brand new ones. If I ever need them. Yep, these look great. These actually, yeah, also has a little bit of a lift there. Right, so maybe that's just a Legends thing. But yeah, nice condition cards. So okay, I remember. I was looking at these in time shifted because the word time shifted. So that's from the 2000s. A reprint, right? That kept the original art, original frame. But the price was so like there was barely a difference in price that I just bought the real Legends ones. Well, I won't say real, but the original Legends ones. All right, so that one was fine. The first one was not fine, so I gotta get the seller on that one. Hopefully, I just sent an email. Hey, I was supposed to get 2. You only sent me 1. Do you remember this? You know, can I please have this corrected? If they complain, then I'm gonna have to just clip this video just for that little section and like, hey. So hopefully he remembers and there's no complaints, you know, right? Because I don't want to have to do all that extra steps, right? Especially considering it's not my fault. All right, so this should be a Brain Geyser revised right here. So let me, so here, right? So I got to get in the habit of doing this before I even cut it. I already have to have it in this camera. And I got to make sure I keep it in frame. Over here, and kind of like it. Chris is the seller there. So it came in a bubble mailer. That's nice. Some paper for protection. No receipt, but none needed. Top loader. And nice revised Brain Geyser. So Brain Geyser is restricted. So that's why I just got one. So this is well, it's not a penny sleeve per se. It's not a perfect fit. So it's actually this is just a good card sleeve. Right? It's pretty thick, right? But it's so this for playing, but it's clear. So there it is, nice condition, very nice condition. Right, so little wear here, but I didn't pay for our near mint, I believe. Actually, sure. Did I share the other Void Fade? Okay, so this was from the one pass. So let me show a Void Fade from. Well, so this is the other one. Empire Card Games. Thank you. They got it all right. Near mint. It seems near mint to maybe like play maybe, but you know, in that ballpark, I could see them calling it near mint, definitely. So this is now Brain Geyser revised. It's restricted card, so I just need one. There's a little nicks here and there, but it's tiny. The card is actually in very nice condition. I'm happy with it. Right, then Brain Geyser is just a blue staple. I've seen them added in Armageddon decks, right? It's just the one, right? As another power card, right? Kind of like adding a Time Walk or Ancestral Recall, right? Not as powerful, but in that vein. I believe this one was from eBay. Yep, there it is. Doesn't have the actual listing of it anymore. Right, but I got it for 15. Near mint. They never specified the condition. They just, right, which is fine. Right? They put the picture was pretty good quality, and I was able to tell the condition based off of it. All right, so that's revised Brain Geyser. Let's see, this is kind of more expensive. Okay, so I'm getting into some of these that I'm not sure what the card is, what's inside, or from who it's from. Like I don't know what's alert is. So here's the next one. So I feel it here, so I'm going to cut right there. Some of these have pull tabs. No. Okay. So in a bubble mailer, so like that touch. I don't think this is an expensive card though. We'll see. Ooh, strip mine. So here's the receipt. Oops, it is somewhat expensive. 3 strip mines. I have one, and I thought they were always restricted, but they're not. Depending on which format you're playing, you can have 4 of them, right? So since I only had 3, I only had 1. I got 3 more. I think he put a top loader in each one. Well, still, he put 2 in one and then 1, which is correct because, like I said, because he put the penny sleeve in it, right? 4 plus, or even 3 plus his penny sleeve is a tight fit, and they're like pay 12 per card, and then these sleeves are actually not penny sleeves; these are card sleeves, deck sleeves. So I see why he gave me 2 top loaders. He didn't want the 2 in here to be so tight. right? Even those two, it's a little tricky to get out. There it is, 1, 2, and then 3 total. Right, and then these, the deck sleeves here, I kind of keep just to house some of the more expensive cards that I don't currently use in the deck, in my Armageddon deck. Right, just a little extra protection. All right, 3 strip mines, very nice condition. 4th edition, I believe. Yeah, they look near mint. All right. All right. Strip mines. Let's see where I got these from. Okay, TCG player was. Okay, there's the listing. So 12.50 each. I got 3 of them near mint. 4th edition. Yep, accurate. Okay. Oh, so this one does give me actually the forerunner. I did not see it in the corner here, right? So shipping $1, $2.55 sales tax, right? So $41.04 total that I paid for 3 of these. So nice. So I have 3 now. So these were 4. I wanted to have the option of 4 because for the Ice version that I might that I do want to build, that one doesn't have the Armageddon because it wants to be more specific in the targeting of the land destruction, right? So then in that, so if I do Ice, that one in itself will have 2 versions. One that is where I only have 1 strip mine because it's restricted for one format. I don't know which, I'm not sure which format it is, but I know one format only allows 1 strip mine. But if I was to play in the other format, I would then be able to have the full playset. So I just wanted to have that ability to have all 4 also. So here's the 3 that I was missing. That makes it 4 total. Okay, so these next 3 packages is from the same seller. So although I don't know specifically what cards are in each envelope, I know it's from the same seller, so I know, what could be in them, basically. All right, so these are from TCG Player. Seller is JMJ Games. Let's go, and about multiple cards from the seller. So JMJ Games. Here's the edge there. I don't think anything so expensive, so. But I made multiple purchases from there. Right, so receipt, and then the cards taped on the receipt. So for this one, 12 cards, 4 revised Dark Rituals, 4 revised Energy Flux, 4 revised Sleight of Mind. And they're all cheap. The whole thing was, this whole order was $8.48. That's very cheap. And I believe they're all near mint. Right, so nice touch. They put it in a little plastic here. And then put a top loader in the back just for additional protection. Oh, kind of top loader, right? It's just a little different. Oh, no, it got chipped. Oh, actually, in the penny sleeve, whoa, he fit 12 cards in the penny sleeve. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Yep. Yeah, he fit 12 cards in the penny sleeve. Right, so Sleight of Mind. So this one is for that Winter Orb deck. I want to add whirling dervishes, and maybe I might put in white also. So then that would also give me options for white knights, order of labor, stuff like that. So I just wanted to kind of have, it's almost like the avoid fate, right? Where I can change something and then make not only save the card. So let's say I have a whirling dervish, which I plan to put in the deck, right? So if it gets targeted, I could save it with an avoid fate, right? That one is all purpose. But maybe a better thing would be sleight of mind. This changes the text of any color word on the card permanently to a different color, right? So whirling dervish is protection from black. Let's say I'm playing against, well, if I'm playing against a black player, then that's fine, right? But if I'm playing against a red player, they lightning bolt it, sleight of mind, change it to protection from red. It's saved, but then it stays protection from red for the rest of the game, if I'm not mistaken. So, and then it just makes it more powerful, right? So I don't envision having all four of them in the deck, maybe just one or two, right? Just to give it a little bit more protection, more options, right? Make it a little bit more dangerous. And once again, right, just the one blue, because I envision that Winter Orb deck would be, I want to only cast 1, 2, at most three mana drops, right? Because the Winter Orb will be tapping my stuff also. So that's kind of why I got these. Plus they're fun and they were cheap. So for sleight of mind, Energy Flux is a good artifact, anti-artifact card. So this would be if I was doing an my budget Earn-Them-Get-'Em version, then I would of course not have any Moxes or stuff like that, right? But I might just barely have any artifacts at all by that point. And then I could put these in. And Dark Reach is just solid green, solid black staple. I did have a couple of Dark Rituals, but my cards are, some of these are not in good condition, right? Or just dirty and so forth. And these are so cheap that I figure just get a entirely new playset. Energy Flux. All artifacts require 2 during upkeep, or they get sacrificed. So yeah, definitely, I believe these are all near mint and revised, like I said, right? So you can get them cheaper. Of course, they're unlimited. And as I explained, I personally don't have any hang-ups with revised. I like it. That's when I started playing Magic during revised. I didn't play that much revised only because I literally just started there, right? But then didn't have much money, didn't really, any revised cards that I got most often were not because I bought it, but because I traded for it. Right? But this is where I started Magic, buying a revised pack back in the day. So yeah, all of these are near mint. Seems fine. So let me go to the listing. So JMJ Games, thank you. So each Dark Ritual is 85 cents. I got 4. Each Energy Flux is 27 cents. I was surprised by that. I got 4. Each Sleight of Mind is $1. I got 4 of those, right? So the whole thing was like $8.48. No shipping, and then right. So for barely over $9, I got these 12 cards in near mint. Right. So very happy with that. So another JMJ Games. This is a smaller. I can feel it smaller. So I kind of know which one this could be. But same seller. I made 3 different order batches from them. So the receipt. Giant growth. I think that's the only thing. Yep. 4 giant growths here. Oop. The same thing. So kind of the top loader. First of all, it comes in a big plastic. That's nice. Then the top loader to give it more support. And then in a penny sleeve. I think this is a penny sleeve. Yeah, penny sleeve. My penny sleeves have more slack to it. Yeah, 4 revised near mint. Perfect. Giant growths, right? So this is another one of those cards for my Winter Orb Green Winnie deck. I did have, once again, I had a couple of these in my personal collection, but they're not particularly good condition. So I figured these are so cheap, just get 4 of these. And these are just iconic. These are green staples, not just in old school, but just even today, if it's legal. All right, so here's the order. Let me go to that. 23 cents each, 4 of them. It almost costs as much to ship as the cards were, right? So, and near mint, right? So that's kind of crazy. Something from Revised, that's iconic, less than a quarter each. All right, so far this seller's living up to their reputation. This is my last, package from them. It's another bigger, oh yeah, this is the biggest one out of all 3 orders. Ooh, I don't want to rip this up. You can already see the Triskelion up front. So 4 Triskelions, 4th edition, $3 each. I got 4. 4 revised disrupting scepters near mint, 158 each. I got 4. 4 revised fireballs near mint, 36 cents each, and 1 revised winter orb near mint, $15.60. So this is the, so I had 3 winter orbs, so I needed 1 more to get the full place, all right? Because for that fun deck I want to do, I do envision having 4 winter orbs, or at least I want to have the options to have 4. Maybe 3 main deck and 1 in the sideboard. Who knows? But, and also for my OCD, right? So the most expensive card is in the top loader this time, in a penny sleeve. So this should be a near mint revised winter orb, and it definitely is. So I'll show that a little later. Triskelion. I wanted to get these in revised, but they were way more expensive. Or maybe actually, I wanted to get them in a different, right, in an earlier set. I think this was the cheapest that I could get them, that I was willing to pay. I think it was Antiquities, maybe, I'm not sure, but it's the other version that I could have gotten these for were way more expensive than I was willing to pay. So I got 4 4th editions. Disrupting Scepters, 4 of them. This is just nice control, and then 4 revised fireballs. Yep, and all of these, yeah, definitely look near mint. So the seller has been very accurate with everything. And I bought over 20 cards from them. So just in this thing, I think it's like 13 cards at least. So yep, the Winter Orb is definitely near mint. Oops, that card's not near mint anymore. That's the same one. This is still near mint. But this is just a Fireball. So Fireball, another card I had, but it was all jacked up in my collection. And they're so cheap. Just get 4 new ones. Disrupting Scepter. So this one is, so the deck has these, right? And they're so cheap, I figured might as well just get 4 of them. I don't think this doesn't fit the Armageddon deck at all. But it may fit actually my Winter Orb one. Maybe not, because I do need mana to activate this, right? Or Mace for some other reason. I forget. Sometimes I get some ideas and then I may lose track of what it is that I got it for. I think more than anything, Disrupting Scepter was for the deck, but that's a long time to come, right? But I just already might as well just wanted to get half 4 of them. Maybe I get inspired to use them for something else. Just killing, same idea, right? So I don't have any specific thing I want to use them for now, but it is an iconic old school card. And this was cheap enough, at least in 4th edition, that I was willing to just get the full playset already. So let me show this one now. Right, here it is. Fortress Killian, $3 each. Disrupting Scepters, 158 each. 4 Fireballs, 30 cents each. 1 Winter Orb revised near mint. That's what I got. 15 and 8 and 60 cents. So multiple cards from the seller, exactly as advertised. So pretty happy with it. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So these are now in the, I don't know what's in here. So I guess I should post some of the front on these, because I'm not sure what I'm going to open up. If I'm opening up something expensive, somewhat expensive, I want to have proof of what I got. So from Harrisburg, PA, I think that's enough for the seller to know this is his envelope. So let's see what I got. Most likely TCG player stuff. Ooh, Hypnotic Scepters. Hypnotic Specters, not Scepters. That was the Disrupting Scepters. All right, so then a little note here. 4 revised Hypnotic Specters. So it comes in these big plastics. I don't even know what they're called. But yeah, in fact, I can't even guess this is right here. Okay. And then within that, this bigger protection, nice touch. There's a penny sleeve in there, but then it just flopped out. Oh, there's 2 penny sleeves. That's why they flopped out so easily. 1, 2, 3, 4 Hypnotic Specters. They look very nice. This one maybe slight. Oh no, it was just this little speck of dust. Looks nice. Yeah, they look near mint to me. So this is another one in the no particular reason to get them other than this is an iconic card. Ooh, a little bit of a nick, but barely. And I may have one, maybe, but cheap enough that I could, which I was surprised by, that I could get all 4 in near mint condition or light plate at most condition. Right, so some of these cards I'm just getting because they're iconic and I want to have 4 of them already just available to me in case I get inspired to build something new or build something, make alter whatever deck I want in whatever way I wish. Right, so let's see if I can find this. Okay, there it is. $169 each. That's nuts. Near mint, revised. Yep, they were near mint. Maybe light plate, one of them, but that's it was basically correct description. So I'm very happy with them. Nice job with that shipment. All right, so this one is pretty bulky. I might have. Well, it seems like it has cardboard in, right? So let me share. And I don't know what it is, right? So I want to have this documented. From Greensboro. And see, the seller writes honestly not very clearly. It's a matter of time when they ship something that's not delivered due to that. At least I got my thing though. All right, so let's see what's in here, right? But seems like the protection is perfectly fine though. Yep, ooh, nice. So very nicely protected actually. Ooh, wow. Ooh, okay. This is my mana vault. So then here's the receipt. Let me just open up what it says. Okay, and then a little personal note. That's nice. All right, so I believe this is eBay. So near mint, although the seller says it's basically mint because he never used it at all. I've heard that before. So this has like very fine scratches. So I mean, it's perfectly fine. I'm just dubious of it being near mint or mint. I would say this is light play. Still fine for the price I got it for, but and that's maybe it's nitpicking. You tell me. But that's not to say I'm not happy with it. I'm perfectly happy with it. So 1 mana vault. I had thought these were restricted, but they're not. Except people tend to not play multiples of them, right? Because it's can be hard to pay the upkeep to untap. And so here, you can see that little bit of weathering right on the side. You see, look, you can see a little scratching, right? Even on the other side, right? So this is plate, light plate, not near mint. Definitely not mint. But still perfectly fine card, and still for the price I paid, it's still fine. Right, and okay, so that one I believe was eBay. So let me take a look at that. Yep, eBay right here. Right, so $50, shipping included, I believe. So near mint, mint, and P. Not sure what MP means. So here, you see, I saw all this stuff here, but since he said near mint, I'm like, okay, maybe it's just the covering, which it was, because this looks more jacked up, right? The actual card that we saw looks okay, right? It's not near mint though, but this one looks worse, right? So I think it just had some kind of scuffing on the actual plastic. That's why it's maybe better to just take a picture of the card raw, right? No cover, right? But perfectly fine. They said it was near mint. Mint. I personally don't believe that. Maybe don't believe is the wrong word. I don't estimate it to be like that, right? My opinion is not, but it's still okay price, even if it is like a light play. All right, but so that one's fine. And I do want to get 4 of these, but since they're so expensive, $50 each, at least. I don't know if that was a good price. Like I said, even if it's light play, it's still a good price. I would have to have very specific reason to get more of this. It's not like the Hinata Specters, right, or the lightning bolts where they're cheap, right? So I can just get 4 of them and that's it. And if I never use them, like it's not a big deal, right? This one is, if I get a playset, it'll be $200 at least. So I have to have more of a reason. This one, I'm already thinking I could use at least 1, even in that Winter Orb deck. So we'll see. But until I have a reason to get more, I'll have to make do with just 1. All right, so next one. From Los Angeles, California, just as MFC here in the corner. MCF, I'm mistaken. All right, so let's open this up. All right, so here's where I feel the card. I'm cutting way to the other side. MCF? I didn't see any MCF. So I wasn't sure. Ooh. Maze of Ith. Light play, right? So that's nice. They wrote the condition. Right, so top loader or top loader type. It's not exactly the same, but it's practically the same. Similar enough. All right, so this is another one of those. I have 1 Maze of Ith. And this is definitely a nice sideboard card that gets added. Even main deck, depending. Right? I could actually use this main deck in that Winter Orb deck that I want to do. But if as a sideboard, I only have 1. So then 1 is kind of like not very worth it, right? Because you're more likely not going to even draw it. And if you put it to the sideboard, you need it. So I figured I needed 1 more. So there's another one where this, I think it was like 20 something. So another one where I have to have a reason to have 4 of them. Or else it's like close to 100 just on 4 cards, and then, right? Where 2 is perfectly fine to have 2 in the sideboard, maybe main deck. It'd be hard unless I'm playing a really controlled deck. I wouldn't have 4, right? So if I have a reason to, I'll get the additional 2. But this is now makes it my second, and for now that's fine. So nice condition Maze of Ith. Seems near mint to me. At worst, light played. So let me see where. I think that's eBay maybe. Nope, it was not. So let's see. So it has to be TCG player. Okay, there it is. Oh, yep, $27.92, right? So practically $30, right? So I would be over 100 for a playset of 4, right? So I need a good condition, a good reason to have more than 2. So it came to 30, but $27.92 for lightly played. So I think that's perfectly good, right? So it's in that near mint lightly played gray zone. So perfectly fine with it. So now I have 2 of those. Gives me more options for if I want to include them in sideboards. All right, so next one, Bell, Phoenix, Arizona. All right. Once again, right? I don't know what's here, or else I wouldn't take this step to flip to the other side of the envelope. But I already got burned a little bit with that avoid fate, right? So just, and I don't know what's in here. All right, so took the time to put a little bit more covering here with a cardboard. That's nice. Although it'll be hard to take out though. See if I can take it out from one side. And the thing is, since I don't know what card it is, I definitely am nicer, more careful when I notice an expensive card. All right, so 4 of them. Oh, okay, cheap one. 4 red elemental blast. So similar to the blue elemental blast, this is just a great card, sideboard staple, right? So even though I'm not playing blue, red at the moment, I just wanted to have them. So, and these are in different conditions. These two may be near mint. This is light played. This is played. So let's see. But from the front, they look fine. A lot of times I think some sellers may just look at the front and say, okay, near mint, and then neglect the back. Right? But I don't know if that's the case here. Just kind of weird to have so many variations in condition, right? There were some near mint, some light played, and that one I think was played. So okay, so here's the listing. Doesn't seem to list the condition of the card, which is fine. So $2, $2.20 to ship. So they just wrote included pictures of it. Actually, ooh, yeah, that one looks, you can see it. So I just kind of, so either I forgot, but yeah, this is very clearly, these are very clearly visible, right? The variations in condition. Maybe I just saw the front. So in this case, I was the one at fault here. I just looked at the front and assumed the back were evenly, right? Because from the front, they all look similarly conditioned. That one has a bit of a smudge, so I gotta look at that. But from the back, you can tell more difference, right? So, but that's on me. The pictures were very clearly posted. So one of them looks like it had a, okay, see it here. Okay, yeah, barely. And I can probably scrape that off. So perfectly fine. And the conditions were very visible. So it's on me to, oops, wrong camera. It's on me to watch out for those things. So this is the one that has the little bit of a smudge. You can see it right there, left side. But I think probably can take that off. In fact, I've been playing around with that, trying to make these older cards that are otherwise good, but just they're dirty or whatever. Just trying to clean them off. So I've been experimenting with it. So pretty nice condition, right? Not near mint, but it was posted correctly. All right. So these are just good red staples to have. I don't necessarily plan on using them anytime soon, but it's good to have, like I said. All right, so next one from Minneapolis, Ryan, right there. It's not open. All right. So here's the card. We're soon getting to the ones that are even more expensive. Right? So far, the $50 mana ball was the most expensive out of these. I do have another one that's a little bit more expensive than that, but then the other ones are just like $400 or $500. Ooh, my white knights, nice. I finally have them. I had bought them before, and So it never got to me, and then the seller was nice enough to refund me, even though I didn't ask for that. But now I finally have them in possession. So 4 revised white knights, and you see they included a tab here so that it's easy to pull out. Everyone should do that. All right. Look nice from the front. Look nice from the back. All right, so light played maybe. Maybe some near mints, but definitely nice condition. Sometimes I question like if I should make the video so long. Currently, like they don't have such high viewership, right? Which is normal with any new channels. But the length tends to discourage even more viewership, right? The way I envision this channel is more almost like a diary, right? So it's like I don't just give you the greatest hits. I show you literally step by step the process of what I am going through as a new old school Magic player. And right, and even then, right? So I don't show you the research I do. You know, I just show you after the fact. Hey, I looked at this. You know, this is what I got. Right. So even saying that, right, it's still not the full scope. At least this is the visible scope, right? This is once I have it. This is what I got. You know, this is the information. This is where I got it from. This is now I opened it up. This is what I got. You know, I got scammed in this. You know, watch out for that. And that's a lot more detailed information, which takes more time, right? So, but honestly, that's the way I prefer to do this, right? Every other channel gives you more of a concise, straightforward approach. This is more of a meticulous approach. So you go with the version that you prefer or mix and match. So near mints, this one seems a little bit more degraded, right? But I don't know if that's from use or just from the condition of the card. So near mints, so $8 is that, and then free shipping. So $2 each. Yeah, I think I would say maybe some of these might be light play, but that's splitting hairs. It's perfectly happy with these and happy to finally have the white knights. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and then this one. Okay, so I've also bought 4 Howling Mines. I only see 3 envelopes here to go, other than the ones I already know. And I know these I wrote. Right, what I do is I write on the side whatever the card is, right? If I know what it is. So that means I still have 1 more Howling Mine to go, unless I bought 2 from the same seller and then they just put 2 in the same envelope. We'll see. And I couldn't get, from what I remember, I couldn't get 4 from just 1 seller. So I had to do it this way, right? So the annoying way. So Rob Dog's cards. So Howling Mine. So I do know this one. Howling Mine, that's another one of those cards. Gets used a lot. It's a staple. I don't necessarily plan to use it anytime soon. But there were, but I see the potential, and they're not so expensive that I couldn't just get all 4 right away. At least I got them all in light play condition. I remember that. Near mint, yeah, it would have been hard for me to get all 4. At least more of an investment. But considering I don't even plan on using the card yet, I just wanted to have it more of as a collection in case I do need it, and I do wanted to have a full play set of it, right? So for me, light play is fine at the moment. So yeah, it's a little dirty, but Yeah, I mean, yeah, looks good. Just a little bit of a speck here and there, but definitely light plate. Seems fine. Right there, you can see the bit of a dirt, right? So just, but that's nitpicking. It's listed as light plate. If you play with these, then they're bound to be a little dirty. But the card itself is fine, right? So I can hopefully just wipe that dirt off. All right, so this one is fine. So let me just, right? Once again, to give the full scope, let me just find that particular listing. All right, so I have all 1, 2, 3. Yep, I bought all 4 hauling mines on the same day or on the same time. Right? That's why I do. I like research, look, and then I just buy things that I need. At least that's how I'm doing it now. So from this particular seller, $7.43. They listed it as lightly played, which is accurate. 7.43 cents. No shipping, just sales tax, almost $8 final price. So I think I'm happy with that. So one down. Cardboard box games. This should be my second hauling mine. It's a little hard. May I cut into the receipt? Yep. Another card. I know the card was in this side of the envelope. Okay. Yep. So $6.80. There's the card. Light plate. This one looks better. Oh yeah, this is, oh yeah, pretty. So once again, nose flap on this one. So I gotta be careful. Sometimes the tape comes out nice. This one seems like it's better tape. The whole thing just flapped open. Oops, I was doing it out of focus. I don't mean out of range here. So in a penny sleeve. So it's a cardboard box here. So just looking at what I threw away there to confirm when I double check on the listing. But yeah, this looks great. Honestly, this looks like maybe could argue it's near mint. And I got it cheaper than the other one, so perfectly happy. All right, so that's number 2. Let me look at that particular listing. And there it is. Cardboard box games, $6.80, lightly played. No shipping, $7.25 total price. So very nice. Here's my third one, Goblin Card Belcher. Nice name. Third one. So that means I still have one more left to go. That's still to come. Because I see 4 different listings for this. There it is. Oh, also $6.80, lightly played. Yeah, this one looks good. Yeah. Also, this one definitely is what is more indicative of light played, I think. No flap, no flap. And this one is the cheap tape, which most tape is. So no knock on the seller. You just put whatever tape they had. But yeah, it's annoying. Actually, this one came out a little bit better. All right, so top loader, penny sleep, but it just came out the whole card just came out, but there was a penny sleeve inside. So yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, this is another one actually looks very nice. Maybe kind of little creases here and there, so maybe that keeps it away from being near mint. If it wasn't for that, it could be argued it was near mint. So yeah, happy with this one also. All right. So let me go to that one. $6.80 Goblin card vouchers, light plate, no shipping, $7.25. Right, so I think sellers kind of copy each other in pricing too, so they don't undercut each other. Well, or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But some of these were exactly the same price. All right, so this one should be an ice storm, right? So, and that's more towards my changing the urn I'm getting to urn I'm on ice. Right, so I would need 4 of these. This is only 1. Okay, I can feel it here, but this is more like $60, $70 card, so gotta be more careful here. I was looking to get 4 actually, but this was the best one that I could get at a reasonable price. So, and since I don't have, so bubble mailer, nice. I don't have any rush to complete this, right? Because I'm still working on using my regular Armageddon version. So as they become available for a good price, I'll get them. Oh yeah, nice. It almost looked too pristine. No, but then, especially the back it sells me. Yep, because this is unlimited. It was not reprinted and revised. That's why they're more expensive. But yep, this is near mint. Yeah, looks great. So destroys any one land. Right, basically stone rain for green. So this is the Ernamon Ice version, right? This is the where it gets its namesake from, Ice Storm. So yeah, near mint. So that's 1. I need 4, so 3 more to go. But since like I said, I'm not in any rush to complete that particular deck, I will as I see good prices, like I got for that one, I will purchase them. All right, so let me show you that one. So Matt's rare inventory, thank you for that. Great price, $69.50 for near mint, which definitely was. Like I was even shocked how mint it looked. You could even say it was mint, honestly. $4 shipping, and so all in all, came out to almost $80. But honestly, a near mint Ice Storm is like 80, 90, like, so that's why when I was off for 70, I'm like, wow, I like took it. But normally this is like $20 more near mint, right? Or even light plated, it's hard to get it at this price. That's why I just jumped at the chance. So as I see other ice storms in a similar price, I will get them, right? But since I'm in no rush, I have the luxury to be able to wait. Okay, so now the last 4, these should all be dual lands, right? And very expensive cards. Some of these prices were very, very good, which is once again makes me a little wary because I've had that experience already, right? So, well, which is unfortunately, not fair to the particular sellers, right? I don't know, most likely than not, these are all perfectly fine cards, but you know, I've been burned before, so I have to make sure, especially once the price of a card pass $100, I really gotta double check these things and also have it documented that I got this card from this particular seller. Here it is. I can show you proof. All right, so let me open up the final batch here. So I'm just poking these out because they're not. So Mitch, thank you for this card. Great price. Okay, there. I keep taking it out of the camera area. All right, so here's the card. Here's the. Can I even pull it? I prefer to pull it if I don't. Yep. All right. That's better. Or is it? All right. So I bought like 3 dual lands from this seller. So very important that I double check these and make sure they are accurately an accurate card, a real card. So Tropical Island Revised. So it gets blue and green. So here's the receipt. So one-time Tropical Island Revised. Didn't write the price, but I think it's like 500 that I got this for. That looks fine from here. Let's open it up. I might take out another revised dual lens, Savannah, right? That's the only other revised dual lens I have as comparison, right? If I feel anything is up. Right now it looks fine. From the outside, it looks fine. When I got that counterfeit Max Jet collector's edition, like I totally skipped over the fact that it wasn't gold bordered on the back. What immediately threw me off was the feel. It didn't feel right. And especially in the back, it was too glossy, it was too pristine, too perfect. This does not give me that vibe, but that's a good thing. This should have a little tiny bit of wear, maybe just tiny bit of use, you know. That's how I know it's an actual card from the 90s. This is from 1994, I believe. Right, should be. Oh yeah, this is a real, 100% real. At a great price. At least for my research, right? Who knows? Yeah, very beautiful. Thank you so much. Honestly, this seller had a couple more stuff, but I like this. I spent like over $1,000 on him, so I wanted to double check first because I bought 3 cards for him. So I'm gonna open up. There's another package for him. It should have 2 cards in that one. But now I'm definitely gonna go back to him and may get a couple more stuff. Oh yeah, this looks great. It's definitely real. I don't even need to take out the other card for comparison. In fact, I'm gonna use this one for comparison. So Tropical Island, very nice condition. I got 2 of them. So from this seller, I believe. So I can't really tell you this is from this listing and from that listing, right? It's the same exact card. So I just open up the other one and then as a whole, show you both and then show both listings. Right, but same seller has in fact the same, right? Envelope style. So it came in bubble wrapped envelope. Inside the receipt covers it up. If I'm not mistaken, I should have 2 cards. Let me just confirm that before. Yeah, it does look like it's 2 cards. So let me open up the receipt. Oh no, it's only 1 card here. Oh no, oops. There's 2 receipts. Okay, I was going crazy. So 1 Tundra, 439, and also 1 more Tropical Island, 520. Oh, actually, so I can tell. So this one was the cheaper one for 500. This should be the better condition Tropical Island for 520. I remember that. And oh, I also got a Tundra. So, well, we just saw. Yep, I see 2 cards. He didn't put it inside the top loader, right? So he didn't want to squish the cards. But then it's now a little tricky to cut. So gotta be careful here. Gonna cost me $500. Okay, not even gonna take it out. That's it. Or can I? Yep, just. Yep, Tropical Island. Yeah, it does look better. Tundra. Oof. Ooh, so penny sleeve, but then perfect fit sleeve in that one. This one has perfect fit sleeve also. This was a perfect fit sleeve also. I keep those, like as I said, because I'm running out, and I just will save these for, because these may not be used at the moment, but I wanted to have them currently, and so I just want them protected as they're not being used. Yep. So this is the better condition one, which I can already see, honestly. So in the back, I think I saw a little neck. Yeah, saw necks here, but not on this one. So yeah, they're fine. Yep, I'm happy with them, definitely. All right, so let me just show them up close, and then look at the listing. So this is the first tropical island. So you can see a little neck, especially in the background. But honestly, very nice condition all in all. This one is definitely better condition, near mint. Front and back, very solid. Same thing with the Tundra, right? Just Tundra's a little bit cheaper. Yeah, but yeah, also near mint on that one. All right, so these were from eBay. So let me make sure I open up from the correct seller, because I have more Tundras and tropical islands to open. So this is the more expensive one. The second one I just opened up, tropical islands. So yeah, you can tell. And then he took really nice pictures of it. So actually, yeah, this one does show a little bit, couple. So yeah, not near me. He never said near me. Just to be clear, this is my estimation. But seeing that on the picture, actually looks like plate. But in real life, looks near mint. So it's kind of That's a pleasant surprise. So actually, I do see a little nick there, but it looks way better in person, actually, still, nonetheless. And that tends to happen. So if you're willing to buy it for, as you see it in the picture, usually I've seen you'll be even happier once you get it, right? Because this, under a microscope, per se, zoomed up, actually looks a lot cleaner, just to the naked eye. So that one's the first one that looks fine. So this is the Tundra. So this one also, right? Slight played, little weathering, but it's very nice condition. 438, 439.99 for that one. And this is the other one. Oops. Let me see if I did that right. Were they both 519? Maybe. Am I just using the same listing? Okay, yeah, I think I remember this. Maybe he posted in the same listing, but he had sometimes sellers do this. In the same listing, you can pick the amount that you want. So he may have done this on this, maybe not. Actually, let me just double check because I don't want to say something wrong here, especially considering he saw me something really nice. No, actually, there are two different listings. 519, yes, so they both have the same price. That's why I was confused a little, but not when I see them. Actually, I might as well show this. And if you get so many cars as I am, you might get confused every now and then. So 519 here, 519 there. MJ, yep, same seller. Yeah, you can see it's a little bit off center. You see, doesn't prove it's a different card, but I could guess if I look really fine close up to the details, I could tell. I could differentiate one from the other, but they're actually both the same price. They're both very similarly conditioned. I would say one is slightly better than the other. Yeah, definitely. But not to the degree that it needed a difference in price, right? Or at least according to the seller, which I was fine with. Still, this is a perfectly nice price. I see them for 600-700. So happy with that. So these are definitely nice. Got two more. Should be two more. One more, maybe two more Tundras, I believe. All right, so but I have three in total, three Tundras, three tropical islands. I think I have one more tropical island. That's the one that's still to come. That's why I believe these two that are left are Tundras. All right, so this is from Jeff. Very, very firm, stiff in here. So it's okay, these are getting mixed up. I gotta double check on these. These are, so yeah, this is before I saw like a card case, plastic card case, and another seller seems like maybe it's the same thing here. But this is a $400 card, right? So at least, so. Oh, never saw this before. That's a cool idea. So he got like 5 top loaders and put them all together to make the ultimate top loader. So inside it was already also bubble wrapped envelope, right? So I already had that touch, but then he did this in addition. So that's really nice. And it's like in the middle. So yeah, I thought it was like, kind of like a block or something, but cool. And then that's also nice because now I can cut these with more ease without fearing I'm gonna get the top one, catch the actual card itself. So that's a nice touch. And it didn't cost all that much extra. You don't have to buy any additional thing to do this. If you're a seller, you have this stuff, right? I used to sell magic cards also, cheap ones though, in general. So that's where I got a whole bunch of top loaders and stuff. So these I just tend up to throw away because I got a whole bunch if I were to need some brand new. So this tape is nice. It's coming up all one shot. So the card is inside. Ooh, looks nice. So both card deck sleeve and perfect fit sleeve also. Nice touch. And so I'll bring that other Tundra here, because what surprised me as I was comparing, so just to be clear, this is the new one I just opened. This is the one from before. As I was comparing these two, like, you know, the Tundra looks very faded out compared to this, right? But I know, depending on the color, the border was a little different color as well to match. But this one is also similar. So now I'm not so spooked about that difference. Yeah, nice. It's a little softer than the other one. It could just be because it was used more. It's a little off center, but I don't have no issue with it. Yeah, this is the one from the other seller. It's a bit more stiff than this one, definitely. This is the brand new one I just opened up now. Yep, they're fine. Yep, very nice. All right, so this is the new one I got. All right. So let me get to that seller. Just looking at, since I got from two different sellers, I want to make sure I get the right. 1373, this is the one. So I think it was being sold for $450. I offer $430, accepted $430, still very nice price, $4.40 shipping. Yeah, so the pictures were very nice, included, right? So yeah. And then the seller didn't write anything about the condition, right? Just let the pictures speak for themselves. So yeah, perfectly fine. Right, so that was Red Sox 2 World Series seller. Thank you for that. All right, so then this is the final one out of the three, because I got three Tundras. And I know, because of the tracking, I know my third tropical island is still to come. So this has to be the Tundra. All right, so long video, last one. Samantha. Thank you for this. Seems very nice and sturdy in there. This one, I'm confident I can just cut this at the corner here. So bubble mailer, very nice touch. Envelope, I mean the receipt. Oh, yep. So a nice padding plus a cardboard inside. So here it was listed as light played on the receipt, according to the receipt. So let's see if I can cut this. Here. Oh, I'm going into the receipt, into the cardboard in the middle. Gotta watch out. Okay, that's enough cutting. All right, so this is nice touch. It's tape, but in a way that it can be opened up and then undone easily. Okay, there's the card. Yep, Tundra. So yeah, very nicely wrapped. Tape up top. Hopefully no tab. So let's see if I can. But from the outside looks nice. Okay, so this is pretty far off, you see, from the top, that I'm confident I can just. Sometimes from transit, the cards slip upwards. That's when you got to be careful. But this is slid down, or it was placed down by the seller, and it stayed down. So deck sleeve, card in here. Yeah, looks nice. Not particularly glossy. That's tiny bit worn. Feels consistent. Yeah. So this is the one I just opened up from Samantha. This is the last one. Oh yeah, this is definitely stiffer than this one. Right, but that's nothing bad or anything. So let's keep them separated. Yep, looks nice. All right, long video, I know. Let's see who even watches all this. All right. Yeah, so very happy. So the main purchases here were the dual lands. Ideally, I would love to have a playset of every single one. And some are definitely cheaper than others. You can get some of these for like nice condition for 200 each, of course, right? So, and especially Tropical Island, these are a bit more expensive even than the Tundra, right? So I'm happy I got them at the price I did. So little by little, I do plan on getting 4, right? But for the pricing that I saw, these are the 6 that I've made. I purchased, and like I said, one more Tropical Island to come. Nice ice storm. I need 3 more. But yeah, well, so going over, and I still gotta contact the seller of my Avoid Fate. I gotta now go back in the video and double check on that spot on the video where I got that card. So I got this brick of cards, basically a whole deck of just cards. Most of these are cheap, right? But cheap doesn't mean they're not useful. They're not powerful even. Right? Plus some expensive stuff as well. All right. So thank you for watching all this. If you did, so a couple. I'll be getting, just to complete the playset, one more Tropical Island, one more Tundra, and those cards actually were towards my Ornamentize deck variation. But in general, dual lands are dual lands, right? Just having them is very handy. And then a couple more ice storms, and then I should be very close to being able to fully flip the deck to Ornamentize version, right? Which is cool. And then I can kind of pick and choose which one I like, which one I play based off what I like, depending on just how the decks work, right? But now I'm very close to being able to flip it and then having that option at least. All right, so I'm going to leave it up to there. Once I get those additional cards, a couple more cards as I need them, I'll be opening up, making more videos for those, and then also making videos with the deck that I currently have, and then making new videos once I complete these other versions, and then having the videos of those decks being used, being played with. All right, thank you guys for watching.